So why are multiple streams of income so important? It's going to give you security, freedom, and reduce from stress. So what are multiple streams of income? So it's how different types of income sources for you to pay for everyday, even everyday things like your food, your household bills, your essentially for, and especially for when you stop working. So for, in the old days they called it retirement. So having multiple streams of income, basically it's going to reduce your stress and worry. So let's go into multiple streams of income. So I think of it like a lift. So think of it like a lift with a number of different streams of income. So in the old days, you would work at your job your whole life, and at the end of that job, you would go and exchange all the time you've worked for a guaranteed income for life. They called that retirement. You'd call it an annuity, and essentially you'd swap that for a guaranteed income for life. That's now been blown out the water. Essentially you can't do that anymore. So today we need to own ourselves first. So today everyone needs to manage their own money, and so you the individual are now responsible for your money for when you stop working. But the great thing about multiple streams of income is that you could have different assets that are going to be working for you, so you don't necessarily need to work, or that you can work for joy rather than working for necessity. So let's go through multiple streams of income. So in the old days you would have your pension, and that's all you would have essentially, really. You could put money into a bank and you would get 5% interest on that, or you could have a house and pay you rent. Essentially, they were the options you could have. But today there's so many different options of streams of income you can have. So you can have, say, a buy-to-let property. So think of that like, a buy-to-let property. You can have your job. You can have a business. You can have a pension. And you can have an ISA. Or you can even have different types of business. So a side hustle is what we call it. So think of it like if these are lifts, if you only have one stream of income, say your job, for instance, if that doesn't happen, if you get made redundant or you get fired, think of it like a lift. If that one is not there anymore, then that lift's going to fall. It's going to affect you really badly. But if you have multiple streams of income and you lose your job, it doesn't necessarily matter, because you've got these other asset classes working for you, and it's going to be much less stress. You're almost going to be, it doesn't matter if you get made redundant, because you've got all these other asset classes working for you. So let's go through them. So buy-to-let property, so you can have your own residential property, or you can have a buy-to-let. Obviously property is crazy expensive at the moment, so that's not an option for everyone. A pension, so if you work at a job, your employer now by law has to contribute to your pension, so you can only access that when you're 55, but you're still building that asset up for when you stop working. You have access to ISAs, so ISAs are great. So these are tax wrappers. We talk more about ISAs in other videos. So yeah, these are like tax wrappers, so to speak, that's going to reduce your, the government can't take a bite out of your cake, because it's been kind of wrapped in this kind of cling film of a wrapper. We talk about more of that in other videos. So a side hustle is, I think, one of the best ways you can start a different asset today. It's one of the biggest opportunities we have in 2020. So if you think of the big businesses that started up during the last recession, lots of businesses start up in recessions, and they're a great opportunity. So FedEx, if you think of like lots of kind of businesses, even like Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google, these kind of started off in the kind of downturns, and now they've kind of grown into kind of monster companies that are big today. So yes, essentially it's reducing your risk and worry and stress, having multiple streams of income. So for me, I have my book, Millennial Money Mindset. If you want the fruits, you need the roots. So I've written that. It took a lot of time. It took me 3 years. I wrote every day, and I personally think it's the best investing book out in the market at the moment. Perhaps I'm biased, but yeah, it's an evergreen product. So I've written it in a way that's going to be as relevant in 3 years, 10 years, 20, 50 years time. It's still going to be relevant in 50 years time as it is today, because I've written it in a way that talking about investing principles and not tactics. So I've got my book, and essentially I get a check every month where I'm grateful for people buying my book, and essentially that's an asset that I still promote it, etc. But essentially I've done the hard work, and it's essentially there growing and providing a dividend every month. I've got it in Audible, so you can listen to it. So I've recorded it, and it's available to download, and it's a Kindle version as well. So yeah, all that's an asset that I essentially have done the hard work, and essentially it's providing dividends every month. I've created a game called Football Formation Asset Allocation, and essentially it teaches people how to invest around a football team. It's a card game, and yeah, it makes it fun, simple, achievable. I've created a learning experience. It comes with an online course, it comes with a life plan, it comes with a cash flow forecast, a number of other goodies that I won't go into now. But essentially that's an asset that's going to be working for me. I still promote it, but yeah, essentially I get a check every month from these kind of asset classes. I can still exchange my time for money, so I give one-to-one consultancy, and like going to a job, I still do that. And I also run accelerator programs, so we get a group of kind of similar people who are also looking to invest, who are looking to kind of improve their life. We build an environment that people are going to learn from other peers and other kind of people in a similar kind of situations, and we give kind of investing accelerator programs that we run, do those on a weekend. So yeah, that's another stream of another asset that it gives me a stream of income. I also have there's different shares as well. So I trade as well. So I made thousands of pounds from Bitcoin, and I make £1,000 on as a side. And also, I kind of don't do much trading. I used to trade as a job for a FTSE 100 company. I don't necessarily trade as much anymore because I'm focusing on my business. I have investments as well that kind of generate income over time. And essentially the point is having multiple streams of income can reduce your stress and worry, and kind of, rather than having kind of one. In the old days you might have just had a job. That's if you lose your job, I've been made redundant, and that was a big worry and stress. But because I've had multiple streams of income, even if I lose that job, it's not like a lift, it's not going to fall you down. So essentially that lift's not going to fall down. Essentially the point is, today it's never been easier to create multiple streams of income as a side hustle, or even just you can automate investing so easily today that over time these kind of build up. They're like, in my book Millennial Money Mindset, if you want the fruit you need the roots, I talk about a seed, like a pound coin, like a seed that you plant, and these are going to grow over time, and the seed will grow into an apple tree that's going to provide you fruit that will nourish you, provide you shelter from the rain in the bad times, and also provide you shade for when it's hot in the summer. So essentially multiple streams of income. It's I think it's a great way to build kind of stress-free into your life. So my name's Neil Doig. I am the author of Millennial Money Mindset, if you want the fruits you need the roots, creator of Football Formation Asset Allocation, YouTube channel Millennial Money Mindset, podcast Millennial Money Mindset. I'm the founder and CEO of Money Tips, tax, investment, property, pension, savings. Please like, please subscribe, please tell one person about this channel, and if you want the fruits you need the roots.